This one done too. What the? These are both done. Says I'm live, but I can't get to it. I think it's this one. Cool. We're back, bro. Okay. We're live, ladies and gentlemen. Got my tea now. All right, so today we're vibing on Viral.com. I'd turn off the other one. We've made some pretty good progress, and now we're trying to figure out where to go from here. So to give you guys a quick rundown. Ooh. Boop. Let me close this. There's a lot going on this computer. Are we stable? Think so. Okay, it's a little bit twitchy. Okay. Just gonna sign out. What's going on here? Pipeline's running. Cool. So we'll talk about this in a bit, guys, but we have a pipeline running, creating videos that are supposed to be branded with Viral, pointed at folks that are typically starting businesses and the types of contents they're watching. All right, so we're gonna run a quick test on signing up, what that looks like. So I'm gonna call this test 6. Create account. So now we're setting up our business. Name of my business is MacTub. Okay. Okay, I'll just say Matter. Matter is the name of the business. Oh, we're a plumbing business. Yeah, exactly. We work with a lot of residential homes and also businesses. Yeah, a lot of people call about emergency repairs and then also if they are extending their home. I think a clean, modern look that speaks to the quality of our work would be amazing. And guys, you can kind of see the website slightly change as you take actions. This experience does need to be polished, of course. We're day 3 in, but let's see it. We're gonna try to work more on the different parts of the website. So your website's ready. Take me to the dashboard. Now this is where you start to play with the paintbrush a little bit more. So that was just a demo experience, and this also quite relatively is a demo experience for most people. So we're trying to add more context about the business. So let's say installation services is something we focus on. You can keep it in the list, and you can kind of see how this changes the way your business is being talked about, right? And again, this is all natural language that you potentially are having, have had with the AI to help you make these decisions about your website. So let's see how we can play around with this. All right, so we get to make changes, make it look how we want. So this is a running concept, guys. But we're gonna do more of the editing experience. The key thing right now is making sure that data is persisting across the back end from the front end. Okay, we're gonna do this. Cool. Now, why does this matter? With the website that you have, right? So this is the conversation you had during onboarding, talking about your business, and the AI was able to help you get to a website state that looks like this based off of that very short conversation. So that goes to tell you essentially how far this could go in terms of how customizable that experience you could create of your website. But then also, why does that matter? When people go on your website, the point of trying to drive business is getting in contact with customers. So that's the first thing that we're trying to help you do better, is have better communication with your customers. So that's why we have an inbox. So we have an inbox so your website, when people find you, can actually reach you. So we are going to streamline the data of people communicating with you in your inbox from the website. And then also, if you potentially want to schedule appointments with people, doing the same thing. So checking when you're available, sending calendar invites to yourself and the customer, making sure people have things marked down. And then, of course, collecting payments for you. So when a person is high intent and ready to make a commitment with your business, then they can do so. There are some other ideas that I think are actually super interesting that I've noticed very recently. One thing is it's kind of difficult to create a new business. And when I say that, I mean like registering, managing the documents and accounts. So those are some friction points. You need to create an LLC, for example, or a corporation, or any business entity for that matter that's not a personal. Especially when it comes to tons of resources being invested in a team or in buying equipment or anything like that, it becomes very important. But it's kind of tricky because every state's different, every country's different how you register to make sure that you don't get in trouble with any legal operating reasons in your environment. And then financing. So they're like, I think I broke it into 4 parts, or 3 parts. Bank accounts, having access to bank accounts, having access to debit networks and credit networks, I think is very important. And when you start a new business, it's kind of hard to like find those opportunities like that is more geared towards you as opposed to being very general. Like, there are very specific loans that you could get, for example, for running a certain type of business. There are grants that are available. Now, I'm not saying this is going to be a grant marketplace or anything like that. But what I'm saying is those are some interesting problems that I think will be interesting to tackle. Plumbing is the way I would actually even think about it. Like getting people invested in, or people having access to financial rails networks that will give them capital to operate the business, right? Of course, every business needs capital. That's just the way it works. Like, and not from a sense of like credit or anything like that. More from a sense of you need to be able to pay people. You need to be able to um, manage infrastructure. So if you're running like servers or websites or whatever the case may be, you need systems that are set in place that like manage those things. Um, and then debit, of course, and credit. So making new investments as a business, like you need to buy stuff, you need to operate a server, you need to pay a team. Like there are so many things that have to do with needing an account. So I don't need to explain that. I don't think, right? That's just intuitive. But those are some very core problems to starting a new business or just running a new business and or making changes in your business, right? Like trying to grow. That's all basket ideas of things that you run into issues with. Domain, I think, is very interesting. One thing I've noticed is it's quite strange to get a domain. Like I get a website.com. Like trying to manage that is very much of a headache. You just ooh, I was not supposed to do that. I broke my stream. Okay, let's see. Come back. There's no camera. Wait, how do I get me back? I think I gotta redo it. 1 second, guys. That boy was yapping. Anyway, that was a good segue. All right, we got to get this camera back. And right now, it does not want to agree. Let's come back. Let's try now. Cool. We're back. How's it looking, guys? Are we looking good? Do I got to refresh this? It still says offline. So have I been offline this whole time? I don't think so, but let's see. Let's see what we got going on. All right. Okay, what's going on here? That's not the right thing. Okay, we're supposed to be live. It says excellent. Oh, cool. Okay, we're good. Just had to make sure. Now, guys, I'm doing a lot of yapping, but I'll write it in this order. Website, LLC, domain, plumbing, finance. Those are some pretty bare bones problems a lot of people have in starting a new business. How do I get it out there? How do I make sure I'm legally documented in my state, city, country? How do I get it out there in terms of what is my branding? And how do I plug into finance? How do I borrow money? How do I spend money? Cool. So these are some plumbing rails that we're setting up here. Okay. Before we go too far away, this is what we're going to focus on. We're going to focus on the website experience. So the issue is we're having the hero section persisting. Changes need to be adjusted, match properly. Not sure what the infrastructure we used to set that up was. Okay, so the hero section doesn't persist. That's one big issue that we're seeing from onboarding. So this section at the very top, one thing I'm going to test actually is if I change this, your trusted plumbing king, and ready to win. Just to make very small changes. Just want to see how. Your trusted plumbing king. Cool. Okay. The image does change. The styling also changes. I think we can also change the. I guess it doesn't quite necessarily persist. Okay. Okay, so the layout I think is what I'm gonna play with. Let's see, full bleed image. If I did that, doesn't change anything. Okay. So right now we're testing, guys. We're testing what works and what doesn't work. So I think I've seen that one. Okay, but the edit doesn't change. Cool. Okay, it's good to know. Good to know. Okay, so start there. Let's track our video system. It's not actually doing anything, unfortunately. This is one issue we have with this thing. Okay, we need to rerun the campaign that we're running. But I do want to show you what it looks like. So one interesting thing we've been playing around with is creating videos, like creating shorts out of long videos, and doing some very guerrilla marketing in that video. So we have a couple of YouTube channels that are quite watched by some people because it's short videos of people that they already like watch. So creators that they already watch. So I help create a bunch of shorts for these creators. And I basically advertise viral as a means of helping build a website right now and help with their business, because these are all business related and like improvement type of videos. So the experiment I'm running is it likely that a person who is thinking about their business and starting a business or managing the business or growing a business, will they be interested in clicking on the website from just seeing a creator that they watch the video, engaging with it, and thinking maybe it's useful? So that's one sense of free organic traffic. But the question is, will people click on it? That is experiment TBD. But I do want to see like some pretty high quality videos out of this. All right, let's get going. We need to simplify the editing. Okay, so onboarding. Okay. Change from service wizard. Okay. Mobile experience should open the modal GUI by default, not the arrow to expand. And by default, and allow compression as is. Okay, that's one thing. Let's see on desktop, how does this manifest? All business sites have to be considered, both defined, undefined, natural, processed. All right, we're gonna solve a couple problems. First, use hero dashboard preview. All right, we're gonna stick with that. Let's see how our editor is going. Oh, it timed out. Sure, we're processing manage chunks that won't hit timeout. Do we need to adjust? gonna go safer. I think 12 short videos per long video is pretty good. Cool. So got stuck on this video with a timeout. We're gonna reprocess. Whoa. It's real? I gotta go live. Wait, what? What the hell? Deploy. Deploy. Wow, that's pretty extensive. Cool. All right, we're gonna test onboarding it one more time. Eventually, we're gonna make an app, a mobile native app for this. That's why I'm trying to build mostly for phone. So that way, when we're turning it into an app, it's pretty easy to map out the user experience. There's so many detail involved with building an app. Like, you have to be precise. You have to be precise. Name of your business. Heavenly Doors. We're a venue. Yeah, we host all sorts of events. Weddings, birthdays, baby showers, corporate events. We provide everything. The day before and the day of, we provide everything. We definitely need something luxury and elegant, but simple. Let's see it. Cool. Okay, before I make those changes. Cool. There we go, guys. So we got the data to persist, as you see here. It looks the same-ish, like it does on onboarding, which is very important. We have to make sure we're saving the changes that you're making to the website. Now, the next thing I was going to work on is actually this modal. It needs to be in full screen by default. Well, not full screen, but expanded. then closable. Apply changes. Cool. I've seen the text change. It's the layout we need to figure out. Okay. So we need to go section by section, guys, and make sure when we make changes to the website, it's actually changing something. And not just changing it for you to preview it, but also saving the data. So the next time you come back, it's not a completely different thing. Right? I'm really curious about lending, actually. Not just lending, but finance. In a sense where you need plumbing as a business. Debit, credit, and accounts. It's the backbone of running a business. But we've got Stripe, we've got Ramp these days, right? Square, Block. Okay. So we want to make sure like the data's saving properly across all the different sections. So today's making sure that data saves well. And when we have the website working well, from an editing perspective, so we also need to actually jump loop AI on this. Pretty much, right? Think about life. I'm eating a lot of these, guys. I eat these kind of every day, honestly. Basically just soybeans. It makes me feel like I'm eating vegetables. I feel like I don't get enough vegetables. So I try to find tricky ways to get some. Alright, I gotta eat that later. Look, you eat a lot. Okay. So we're dealing with 65 defined business types in our database, but there are millions of business types. So we're trying to extend our support for potential business types. As we go along, of course, meet and see new people use stuff. We just want to adapt to the system of, and the best way to adapt is through natural language. I keep saying natural language processing. Because I think that's the key here. But I think the blocker is managing infrastructure. Like I said, right? I mean, the couple things that comes to mind, top of my mind is a domain, how people are going to find your business. If it's a public-facing business, let's say consumer-facing business. and then LLC and financing. And I think people will do apps as well. Like everyone wants to kind of have an app for their business. So I think we'll see that as well. The like infrastructure for managing apps and having trust and credibility with your app, not necessarily having to manage it by yourself. Like Google Review does a pretty good job where you can be listed and have like 5-star or whatever about your business, see reviews from other people. Apple Store has that as well. So if you have an app, there are app reviews, so you can get a sense of a business. So these are, yeah, all these things are like kind of there, but I think we'll see more infrastructure that helps people manage these things better and not have to do it themselves, and could do it through natural language processing. So just saying what they want to do to an AI and the AI agent being able to take those actions on a back end, not just in one database, but in across multiple different services across the industry. So we're talking about calendars. If you have Google Calendar or whatever other calendar you use, and being able to schedule events on calendars for yourself and other people on your team or your customers, depending on what you need to do. Communicating with people, your team, customers, about what's going on in the business, sharing information. Of course, collecting payments, very important, and financing, just plumbing in general. How do you pay people, and how do you get paid? And how do you continue to manage all the different things that you need to manage, right? So one thing I gotta, data plus AI Copilot. Set up in Vercel EMB plus test. So I gotta test some deployments resources after this, and then test built website plus fix data management, making sure it's talking to each other properly. Website data analytics plus send to workspace. Okay. And an onboarding experience. So we're gonna make sure data is persisting. Let's see how far we've gone. Fix error. Okay, so it kind of looks like we might be getting away with something here. Wedding packages, open package. Let me see if I can get a simple list going. Okay, no. It's still 4, right? Okay, we're gonna keep the same exact stuff. Cards view. Okay, that's the same thing. So they're all the same. It's still not changing. Oh. Do I need to kill the server? That's one thing I wanted to fix, actually. Whoa. What is Betty Chill? Alrighty. Whoa. Okay, so the words change, but the layout doesn't. So we need to fix that. And I don't think the data persists. So if we, let's say we go here. Actually, I'm actually curious. Does it change this? It does. Cool. But does it persist? It does not persist. Okay. Okay. Section order. Not store. Save. Persist. All right, we're gonna clean up the user experience a ton. Test all the cases. So we can get it to change all we want. Test mode is at the top. Alright, we're going to hero first probably. But so I can move the testimonial here all I want. But when I go back and come back in, it doesn't save. That doesn't do me any good. Right? I need to save that. Claude, make no mistakes. Figure everything out. Whoa. Whoa. Wait, has it been like that the whole time? I don't think I'm gonna stream for a crazy amount of time like I did today. I wanted to show some progress. Pretty much, just wanted to show some progress. Because yesterday we didn't have the website working at all. It was pretty much blank. If you watch any of the streams. But right now, we are doing pretty good, I gotta say. Let's see. Right. Okay, cool. I was just checking the audio. Because the other day, I didn't even have any audio. One time we had someone actually look at this. Seems like it's very hit or miss when we do get people coming through, but to be fair, it's 4:45 p.m. 4:45. Coolio, bulio. All right, so I think we're gonna finish this thing really quick together, and we'll have to do a different stream, a different time, to talk more about how we're going to deploy the website. So this one was focused on the editing experience. We're gonna focus later on the deployment experience, and then lead submissions, how you collect people's information into an inbox. And then also we're going to track data. Let's see how far we've gone. The root cause is around selector. Cool. I think we might have fixed that. So let's give it a test to see if Our hot reload works. Okay, our hot reload is working, guys. Our hot reload is working. So here you go, right? So we're making changes to the website now. You can quite visibly see how these changes manifest. So it's not just, so we've got categories, right? Card grid. Kind of looks the same. Some of these kind of look the same. What about tabbed? Okay. List looks different. Cards with no difference. View if they are all also supported. Okay. We need to figure out the gaps. But I like to see what I'm seeing here, which is the list view. Let me go back actually and change to this one. I like the fact that we have a list view. Then we got to do the same thing pretty much here as well. Right, so we got timeline, process cards. So we're going to try to simplify the experience as much as we can, because it is quite a bit of things to manage, understandably. Right? We don't even give you the option to change the images right now, but we should, right? So we have a video section, unknown video section. I think it might be because it's disabled. It's not disabled, I think it's just not supported. Okay. Let's fix that. Okay. So the main thing I'm going to try to figure out here before I leave you guys is making sure we can visualize together the fact that this is going to change. Okay. So we do see it changing now. A little bit better. So cards and tabbed categories look the same. Interesting. Tabs, okay. Implement the missing variants. That's probably better. Okay. Did I lose my camera again? Offline. I think this thing needs to refresh actually. Let's see. Am I not live? Go live, go live. Okay. Wait, did it get rid of me? Nah, it didn't. That thing needs to be fixed. Is this going in the right direction? Looks like it. Showing the wrong things, guys. Okay, we got 12 shorts now, guys. Rendering. Okay, we just need one. We just want to see how this is manifesting. Is this stuck? It's quite some time. What's the progress on rendering? We're gonna find out. Okay, video section doesn't exist. We gotta make sure it's supported. Otherwise, it shows up as an error. Fixed visual value minimal naming mismatch. Okay. So it's trying to do the implementation. I think it's just variants. Making sure variants are available. I don't need to over prompt it. I'll let it ride. I needed to solve very specific problems. Okay. Wait, what did it say? First short actively rendering, captions burn successful, outro pendant successful, adding background music in progress. Each short takes 35 minutes. Okay. That's fine. I just need one to make sure. This seems like a pretty good video, actually. We'll see what we got. Oh, wait. Actually, where are we at? 12 rendering. Okay. Maybe the trick actually is to just do it one at a time. Alrighty. We'll test that one video, see how it's looking, and hopefully we can also demo the variants and how they change very soon. Unless this is stuck. That's my only concern. But I can't tell if it's stuck because it says 20%. Okay. Just have to have faith and believe, guys. We're almost done with that too. Not going to try to overload it. But I do want to see the output of that last run. Let's see, any progress on that one? I do need some stronger systems. All of these are basically relying on a VPS. I'm trying to keep it a very shallow, not too much compute. And if the demand kind of grows for the results that we're seeing, then we can dedicate more compute to it, outsource some of the processing. So right now we're using Ollama to process the videos. It lost me again. Let's see. Bring it back. Bring that boy back. Really? Come on. You could do it. Allow. Webcam. Cool. I'm back, guys. Like I never left. Why is this thing actually bugged out? Why does it still say offline though? It's not supposed to say offline. Okay, video section, contact variant. We're almost there, guys. It's been on the music step for about 7 minutes. Still running is an issue. Woo. Whoa. That's eating up a lot of CPU. As you see here, guys. How can we reduce the burden? I think this video might be stuck. I think the rendering might be stuck. That is my guess. So we're gonna take a look at this and see what progress we made here. Tabbed. Oh, wait. Tabbed is. Okay, we have a slight issue here. Right, we have a small, tiny issue on mobile. Yeah, okay, that's one good test. So you guys get to see the variants are changing. Let me change this back so it's a little bit pleasing for the eyes. But we're gonna fix that bleeding out. Make sure it doesn't bleed out too much. Now we've got the video. You could add a video if you want. We'll figure how to map this one out. And this is what the website is starting to look like based off of initial onboarding. We'll do some more stuff with the AI as well to make sure like the AI is helping you make these changes. And we got to figure out how to make that intuitive enough to where it's not complicated, easy to manage. Let's see how the sections, if they persist or not. So let's say I go back. When I come back, okay, it doesn't persist still. That's one more thing I still need to keep tabs on. Section changes still not persisting. I changed the order of those sections on the website and refresh. Doesn't say mobile especially. Resets to default. Stays unupdated. Whichever it is, it doesn't update. Okay, we gotta make sure, like tab variant, for example, stays within its means. Cool. We're gonna take a look at these videos. Okay, they're stuck like I assumed. Okay, no more infinite loops. We're going to try to reduce the burden on CPU. Managing video is probably one of the more expensive ones, I'll be very honest. It's one of the more expensive processing, and it makes sense. I mean, it's a video, it's not just text, and you're trying to process it. Okay, let's see. Can we take a look at this video, guys? Can we get this thing to cooperate with us for a hot second? For like two seconds. Okay. You gonna cooperate? You're gonna corroborate. Okay, why is it broken? It's so funny. Well, it's not funny actually, because I need to use it. Let's go back. That's so weird. My own system refuses to agree with me. Okay, so you know what we're gonna do is just test this one last thing, and we'll let you guys go. But we're making some progress, guys. Building the website, using natural language / using your own editing experience to change things. Now we're gonna try to deploy changes. Well, first before we do that, we should actually deploy. Yeah, we gotta make sure this can open up, unless it's a bug. But it doesn't look like it's a bug. It's just not opening. It opened for a hot second. I can see the thumbnail. So close yet so far, bro. Narrow down the root cause. Yeah, no response. Actually, let's see. I want to see. Is it tracking anything here? When I click it? Nah. Network. Well, we're getting a crazy influx. Stuff is spamming the network. That might be causing some UI issues as well, actually. Okie dokie, bruh. Probably gonna take a little bit longer than I wanted to. I'm gonna see if I can push this up before I make any changes. Because when I click it, it doesn't open. I guess it's just because. Yeah, I think it's just because we killed it. I think it's because we just killed it. All right, then we can test it now. Okay, let's see. So, okay, here's one example.
So I said, well, there's got to be 90 and more guys like me having monies. People are going to starve. So I said, no, there's something different. I said, I'm just putting a line in the sand. We are going to.
Gotta fix this camera again, bro. 1 second, guys. This camera always disconnects randomly for whatever reason. But I think you can still hear me, so I'll fix this real quick. So it's not that bad. Cool, I'm back. Like I never left. And this thing still doesn't want to fix itself. So I don't even know what is going on here. Is it still running? Okay, looks like it. Looks like it. All right, let's test this one video. Let's just see what it looks like, and we'll call it here. Are we losing audio?
I said, and we are going to.
I think it's because maybe the processing got cooked. Okay, but this is the concept, guys. This is just to show you a concept of how we're generating advertising for this product. Straight up guerrilla marketing, guys. Using content processing video. Okay, we're just gonna relax all of these and we're gonna end the stream here, guys. Thanks for watching. I wanted to kind of walk through some progress. Tomorrow we're gonna be on day 4. Day 4 is gonna be interesting. I think we're gonna see more of this website itself. The conversation you're having with the AI is going to change stuff and actually save it, right? So that's one of the issues that we were seeing here, guys, was when you make changes, sometimes it doesn't save. One thing I actually will be testing more is especially this section management. Like, so we go back and we come back in, the section doesn't save. It doesn't save that we put that section at the top. So we're going to fix that up, and then we're going to make sure you can do more changes to the website, make it more dynamic. We're going to think about deployment, how we can deploy this for you guys, and then everything else that we talked about. Anyway, it's your boy Elijah. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.